This year I came out as gay to my husband, soon to be ex, and he had the sweetest and most amazing reaction, and this is what he said. What did you say?
I said that I was so proud of you, and that was the bravest thing I've seen anyone do.
And now we are going our own separate ways, and we're about to put this house on the market, and that's all she wrote. Be like my ex-husband. Be that good of a person.
When you get married with this one, the second one, if you looking more than that, it depends on you, because this based on God. The day, the time, the year you born, this already have it.
So it's already written for me that I have 2 marriages and I'm good. But if I get greedy and I do something to mess up my future, then I can of course go marry more and mess up. But for right now, based on my chart, I have just 2 marriages and that's it.
Dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean dark meat on the side?
Because she lightweight offensive. I am
I'm not. I'm saying I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like that's my.
Well, what do you mean dark meat on the side?
That means, honey.
That's
You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
How did you say it?
I'm just saying, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
You like your main man to be white and your side
No, that is not what I mean.
Jeezy, explain what you mean.
Okay,
what
I meant is I used to date black men. Okay, and I think they're attractive. But what I decided to stick to, because it just kept me happiest, was my man Freddie, who happens to be white.
A few moments later.
Jennie, how long did you make him wait, though?
1.5 to 2 years.
What, lies?
That's her talking about her first husband. Man, listen, wasted that man's life for over a decade, bro. Didn't even want him at all. Listen, didn't even want him told the man she didn't want to have kids and all that. Didn't want the man at all. Anytime a woman has you waiting for 1.5 to 2 years, man, let me tell you something. Boy, a woman can't make me wait for 1.5 to 2 weeks. Unless she got to live far enough away where she got to fly for, 3-4 hours or more.
You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
One part I want you to key in on. If I mess up my future, of course I can go ahead and marry and mess up some more. That's a woman's mindset. A woman's mindset is it doesn't matter what my age is. It doesn't matter how many miles I have. It doesn't matter what my count is. Both physical count and emotional count. It doesn't matter what my count is. I always have time to go mess up more and more and more. A woman believes she has her entire life to learn how to live life until she's 65 years old and still hasn't learned how to live life and doesn't have any benefits from having lived life correctly. This isn't some women. This is 100% of women you're going to meet. They all feel this way. This isn't bad. This isn't good, homie. This is true. I'm trying to tell you what's real, man. A woman feel like she got her whole life. So she never feel like you her last option. She never feel like that. Jennie Mai truly believe that she can still get the man that she wants. She believes she can still get the man that she wants. But every woman does. A woman feel like she always has a better option than the man she has, even though her best option was many years ago. And all of the trauma and drama that she brings with her. She never believes that those things are going to hinder her from being even able to capitalize on the situation that is the situation that she would want, the ideal situation that she would want. Now, I want you to listen to this woman as she talks about how wonderful Jeezy is, and not once throughout this entire show is she going to mention one thing she brings to that man. Not one thing. She can't say, you're my first husband. She can't say, I've never been with another man. She couldn't have given him his first child. He already had children. So what I'm telling you is a woman will Accept the fact that you are an amazing man. Know she's not giving you anything in return. Brag about you. Let the world know how wonderful you are. And still think she could sustain the relationship by giving you nothing. She had 2 years of giving Jeezy nothing before he said, I'm out. Let me tell y'all something that's real. Men rarely divorce their wives. If a man divorces his wife, she was trash as a wife. A man is only gonna divorce his wife if she's halfway decent as a wife. That man is gonna stick with her forever. One thing I will give an old dude who probably ain't never had a woman in his life credit for is saying that men love unconditionally. If a man would stay with a woman who is trash for years, so if a woman is halfway decent, if she's a 50 on a scale of 0 to 100, he'll stay with her forever and feel like he got the best woman ever. If she's 75, she's perfect. You know the 80-20 rule. If that woman is 80% there, man, you got a queen of the world. So for a man to marry a woman, give her all of these props, go through this big wedding and buy a house with her and do all of these things, have a kid with her and all of that, for that man to divorce that woman, he woke up one day and you know what he said? The juice isn't worth the squeeze after all. And one thing I will give Jeezy, he know how to whip the work. So if he whipping the work and the money still ain't coming out right, he know he need to find a new plug. Now, sometimes you got to go to war with the old plug. It's going to be a battle because the old plug don't want to lose the money that you give him. So you might take a loss to the old plug. But the best thing to do for you to move on to the new plug as quick as you can is better than continually taking losses from the old plug when you know the money ain't coming out right. Let's get back into this, man. Listen, man. I don't know if I won't even say that Jeezy had heard that before. Because to me, Jeezy strike me as a man like myself. I don't spend a whole lot of time online. I promise you. I want to applaud y'all for sending me all these topics, man, because I wouldn't get them if y'all didn't send them to me. So I appreciate y'all wanting to hear my perspective on these things and seeing what type of information and life building game I can give you from this situation, or life building info, life building teachings that I can give you using somebody else's life as an example, which is what I try to do. Use other people's lives as an example of what you shouldn't do, wishing that I could have been in that person's life before they made that bad decision. I wish I could have talked to Steve before he married Margie, so I could have pointed out a bunch of things that he overlooked or maybe looked at positively. He may have still married her, but he would have been more aware of the signs. I wish I could have talked to Jeezy before he married Jennie Mai, because I could have sat him down and ran through this list of things and told him, the people around you saying, man, when you gonna settle down, man, you ain't gonna live forever, man. You need to get a wife. So I can tell him, dog, you Jeezy, here's your options, man. What are you doing? Maybe he still would have married her, but he would have married her with an open mind to the fact that she's not who he thinks she is. He's taking a chance. Obviously, he didn't think that through. So when you hear a woman say, white meat keeps me lean and healthy, dark meat on the side, she has literally done the only reason a woman will marry her side dude, which she views Jeezy as somebody who's worth just playing with, somebody to play with, not to stay with, as if she's gone through a terrible marriage. Now I want you to think about how many props she just gave her first husband, gave him props. Her last husband, I don't know how many husbands she had. I ain't do that much research on her. I ain't gonna do that much research on her. But her last husband, Freddie, look how many props she gave him. Look how she talked about him. Now watch as we go on, watch how her mindset toward him changes. Why? Because Freddie was another man who was unhappy. Freddie is so unhappy that his current wife has gone online talking bad about her, about Jennie Mai, not because she knows her, because she sees the damage that Freddie took on by staying with that woman all of those years. Man, he was with that woman for years, I think over a decade. His new wife, now that he's opened up to her, she is seeing all of the damage and scars that come from being with a woman like Jennie Mai. And Jeezy saw it in 2 years. And Jeezy's man enough and real enough where he wasn't going to stay for it. And here's the thing. The first man didn't have no money like that. This man right here, Jeezy, getting it. They can live a certain lifestyle. I'm telling you, brothers, you got to take care of yourself, man. You got to take care of yourself. You can't let this society tell you, man, you should be getting married now, man, blah, blah, blah. You should be doing this, man. Let me tell you something. There are certain qualities that a woman got to have, man, if I'm going to marry her, man. If I'm going to put her in the wife position, you know, not legal marriage, but I'm going to put her in the wife position in my life, man, there's certain qualities she got to have. And it don't matter how much of the other things she has. If she doesn't have these set of wifey qualities, she will never assume that position. And here's the thing about it. You can have a woman in America who has so many of the other positions that you try to sit down and tell her, okay, you got all this. If you do these things right here, you will earn the wife position. She won't do them because she'll believe that those things she offers should outweigh those things, even though those are the things that are important to you. And so a woman would talk, yes, as a man, you want a woman who's going to come in and understand that you pay the cost to be the boss. You the man, you run things. You want that. But a woman in this society is not going to be satisfied with that. She may want it, but it's not going to keep her satisfied long term. She would rather have excitement than enlightenment. She would rather have a banging love session than be taught a true life lesson. She would rather go out and party than put healthy things in her body. She would rather go out and have a good time than to meditate and ease her mind. I'm telling you, brothers, and this is not a nationality thing. This isn't black, white, red, brown. This is Americanized. This is westernized. All my brothers from the UK, I talk to them, they tell me all the time, Doc, it's no better over here. It may be even worse here. Because guys come here or meet women here expecting it to be different. The guys who are born and raised there, they know. The guys who've been there for a number of years, they know. It's the same thing. Only difference between the UK and America is the British accent, homie. Let me tell y'all something, man. Shout out to that brother Jeezy, man. He's the growth of him from him to the things that happened with him and Jeezy and a few other things, man. Him and Ross and all that, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Very few women deserve a man with that mindset. I'm talking about very few women globally. But no woman in America deserves a man with that mindset. If your mindset is you have no issues, you are ready to be in a situation with a woman who's going to appreciate a man who doesn't have any issues that are going to hinder him from being the proper traditional husband in a marriage, and she can have the breadth, the room, the space, the peace to be a full-fledged traditional wife. Let me tell y'all something. You ain't gonna find her in America.